So what I want to show you in this video is how to compile a collage image for your coverage. So typically this would be if you have some magazine coverage and you want to put the magazine cover and then the page featuring the coverage together in one image. So we've got an example here of some Waitrose coverage. So if we open the cover and then the actual page featuring the coverage. So we've got those two documents open in Photoshop. We also need to create a third document, which is the right size and dimensions for our coverage image. So that will be 980 pixels by 648. And if we go OK, so that canvas is now the right dimensions for the coverage image. So if we go back to the cover, we just bring this down so it's close in size to what we're going to need it to be, because at the moment it's huge. So if we bring the height down to about 750 pixels, and then if we, on the keyboard, hold down Command and press A, that will select it, and then hold down Command and press X, that will cut it. We go back to our blank canvas, and then on the keyboard press Command and V, and that will paste it. As you can see, that's fairly close in size. To make it the right size, if you can then on the keyboard press Command and T, as you can see that's selected this layer and you've got these little squares. Now from these squares you'll be able to pull the image in, but to keep it the same ratio and dimensions you need to hold down the Shift key the whole time that you're bringing it in with the mouse. So see, you can't see my hands on the keyboard here, but I'm holding down Shift, and as you can see that's about right. So once you're happy with the placement, press return on the keyboard and you can see the little squares have gone away. So now if we go to the page, and again we want to bring it down in size, so again choose about 750 as the height, and then cut and paste by doing Command A to select and then Command X to cut on the keyboard. Back to our blank canvas, Command V to paste, and then you can move it about, Command T, so you can actually see the full size of the image. And I want to be bringing that up. As you can see, if I was to make it completely the right height, is actually we've got a few spacing issues. So what you can do is perhaps just bring it out slightly and just get it sitting as well as you can. So just move around with the arrow keys until you're sort of fairly happy with the placement. I'll do that there, and again if I select, you can see that the pages are on two layers to the right here. You've got the layer window open. If this isn't open on your computer, just make sure you go window and layers and it should pop up to the right here. So if we go back to this, I've selected the cover layer, and if we do Command T to select it, and we might just bring that out a little bit so there's less gap in between. Okay, so we're nearly there. Move that around a bit. What I would say is we might just want to change the colour of this slightly, just so it's more the colour of the background. Now to do this, we want to find the highlighter tool. You do the magic wand tool, which is the fourth one down, and make sure you've got your select because it's the background layer. And then the colour dropper tool, and just sample this colour here. Okay, and then choose the paint bucket tool, which is sometimes hiding behind the gradient tool, and then paint bucket. And as you can see, that's then filled that area in. So you've got a bit of a gap here. You might want to just play with this a bit more. You might want to bring that out even more, and you might lose the footer at the bottom of the page, but I don't think that's too much of a problem. Yeah, and it's just a case playing with it so you're happy with it. I'm fairly happy with that. So then if we do save for web, this is really important to do save for web so that the image isn't too huge. It's 980 by 648, which is the right dimensions. So do save, and then Waitrose main, we'll call it. Save, and then to create the thumbnail, what you want to do is go to image size, and just change that to 520, which will give you the right dimensions both ways. And then just again, save for web, save, and then just call this one, let's just call it Waitrose thumbnail, so you know the difference. Save, and you've created your collage image.